A very good morning to everyone. Welcome to Global Online. Here we are back with our paper 1 preparation for UGC NTA NET JRF 2023 examination. And we have started with a new unit from yesterday, and the unit is People Development and Environment. That is by me, Dr. Trupti, wherein we are going to see in this particular topic today important international environmental agreements. We have done yesterday some amount of protocol and conventions, but today we are going to go a bit in detail and understand the various important international agreements. So this again is a lengthy topic, so we will be doing a topic on for 2-3 sessions so that we can cover all the agreements from your examination point of view also. Okay, before we go ahead, yes, let's understand that what does Global Online has to offer you all for. So Global Online has to offer you all a revision crash course for your June 2023 examination. Now when we talk about these revision crash course, this revision crash course consists of what? So it consists of your daily live lectures which are scheduled in Hindi as well as in English. Hindi lectures are at 5 p.m. in the evening and English lectures are scheduled at 10 a.m. in the morning. We also provide syllabus notes, which is in the PDF format, 60 plus mock test and 2000 plus MCQs in the form of question bank, which will help you to prepare yourself for this examination with an updated pattern, at the same time with the help of your updated syllabus also. For this all, you can go to our Global Online app. With the help of Google Play Store, you can download the app and you can see all the content over there, including your demo sessions. The fees for same is rupees 4,000, but right now we are giving a 40% off. So your fees is 2,400 per your paper 1 course. Okay, Mohammed, very good morning. I'm good, doing well. So now we'll be going for these agreements. Okay, just a second. Yes. So let's see what are these important agreements, international agreements, and we are going to target now these points with the help of the following concepts. Let's see what we will be talking about. We will be talking about important international environmental agreements. Now in these agreements, what we will be doing, we will be doing the agreement, that is the name of the agreement. We will be seeing the year of establishment. It is very important for you to follow the year of establishment, and you have to focus, that is what exactly is the focus of these agreements with the number of parties, that is countries in the form of what? In the form of number of parties. So we will be seeing this one by one. So let's start. As I said, it's a list is very long. We have separately also I have taken conventions and protocols, but today I'm just giving you an overview of all these protocols so that day by day, on daily basis, we can do the sum of the protocols and it will be easier for you to remember these protocols very well. Okay, so let's go with the first one. That is, the first one is about Ramsar Convention. Now this was established in the year 1971 with a focus on wetland conservation and sustainable use. Okay, which had a number of parties. There were total number of parties in this were 171. So that is number of countries which were in the form of what? Which in the form of your parties were 171. So at least this, it is enough for you at a start. As an initial level, it is important for you to know the convention's name, to know the year of establishment, what is the focus of these particular conventions, and then what are the number of parties, that is number of countries which are parties to this convention. So first we did what? Ramsar Conventions. Second, we had the second convention was the Stockholm Convention, which was established in the year 2001. Now this convention was with an intention of what? Protection of human health and environments from POPs. Okay, now here please remember form as the following. Okay, or for your when you talk about your code questions, in that questions it is very important for you to remember these points very well, that which convention was focused with an intention of what. So when we talk about Stockholm Convention, it was focused on protection of human health and environment. Okay, coming to the next third convention, it's CITES. Now when we talk about CITES, basically what does it means? First of all, this is an acronym. The convention named is Convention on International Trade in Endangered Species of Wild Fauna and Flora. So this is the full form of the convention which we are talking about right now is CITES. I'll repeat, that is the Convention on International Trade in Endangered Species of Wild Fauna and Flora, with an total focus of, established in the year 1973 with a total focus on protection of endangered species, with number of countries becoming its parties was 183. Total number of countries involved in this was 183. Going ahead, we had Convention on Biological Diversity, which was established in the year 1992 with a conservation on biological diversity and ecosystem, and total number of parties, okay, is 196. Now please remember, these things you have to regularly revise on regular basis. When it comes in the match the following, or it comes in the code questions where you have to identify their focus, or you have to identify the establishment year, this table will help you to understand the concepts very well and to remember the concepts properly. Now yes, now you may be having a concern that what about this conventions in detail? So that also, as I said, I am going to take these conventions in detail one by one, but before that it is very important that you know an overview of it. That's the reason first we are doing it in the form of what? In the form of tabular format. So we have Bonn Convention, which was in the year 1979, established in the year 1979 with a focus on conservation of migratory species. Okay, so the main particular intention was what? It is focus on migratory species, and the number of countries which were formed, which were the parties, is 131 countries are the parties. This is how it works out. Okay, then let's go to the next convention, is Vienna Convention, which was formed in the year, established in the year 1985. Now here this convention, now if you remember, we only have the concern as Montreal Protocol, but along with Montreal Protocol we have this Vienna Convention also is the protection for ozone layer. Please remember, this also is a protection for what? The protection of ozone layer, and both are with the number of countries involved in them is 198. So Montreal Protocol and Vienna Convention both are established with a focus on ozone layer. One was formed in the year 1985, another was formed in the year 1987. So you should know this establishment year very well. Okay. Now going next, yesterday if you remember, we have done Kyoto Protocol, which was established in the year 1977. This protocol is basically with the reduction of greenhouse emissions, which was formed with number of parties, that is 192 parties were involved. Going next is our United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change. So we are talking about what? We are talking about something with reference to climate change, established in the year 1992 with an focus on mitigation of climate change and adaptation. Now what is mitigation? It means the strategies to reduce the problem, with a number of countries or the parties involved is 197. Okay. Now yes, no doubt, Kyoto Protocol, United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change, Montreal Protocol, these are the common protocols and conventions which you are getting the questions based on. But apart from that, you should be also prepared with rest of the points also. Going ahead, we have the next is Rio Summit. Now if you remember, yesterday for Rio Summit, I did Rio plus 10, we did Rio 20 also, and both we saw their establishment period. But the intention of Rio Summit is also called as Earth Summit, is basically sustainable development, which was formed in the year 1992 with the number of parties is 193. Okay. Going next, we have is UNCCD. Okay, now see, some acronyms I have not specially mentioned their full names. The reason is that I just want you to recall it very well. But yes, we are doing it for the first time. So it is United Nations Convention to Combat Desertification. What is here? It is established in the year 1994. And what is the intention is? Intention is combat desertification and land degradation, with a number of countries is 197. Now this is actually a legally binding international agreement linking environment and sustainable development land management. This is, I'll again repeat, it's a sole legal international agreement which is linking the environment and development to sustainable land and management. So this is basically focused with that. Okay. Next we have is Basel Convention, now which was formed or established in the year 1989. Control of transboundary movements of hazardous waste. Okay. Now see over here. It is basically controlling what? It is controlling hazardous waste with its movements, okay, transboundary movements, with a number of parties involved is 188 parties involved over here. Okay, then next we have now Cartagena Protocol on Biosafety. Yes, we had one question based on this, so you should be able to understand that these questions, no, you are doing it very well. So Cartagena Protocol on Biosafety, which was established in the year 2000, which is basically the protections from what? The protections from GMOs, okay. So basically this particular protocol, okay, or this particular protocol which we are talking about, it is formed basically what? It is formed basically in order to ensure that they are protecting biodiversity from genetically modified organisms, okay. Whatever genetically modified organisms are there, that is being protected, and you know they are protecting the biodiversity from this, and that is what basically the protocol of Cartagena Protocol on Biosafety, which was with a number of countries involved is 174. So this is what we have studied. Now unread is again read plus. We are going to do that also. So that also I'll go when we'll be doing this in detail. That time I'll be able to help you understand read plus also, plus and normal also. But right now it is basically established in the year 2008 with an emission from reducing emissions from forestation and forest degradation, which is total number of countries which are formed here is 64 in number. So the total countries involved here is 64. Okay. Now yesterday, if you remember, we did Nagoya Protocol. So Nagoya Protocol basically is to ensure the genetic resources and benefit sharing is assessed, which was established in the year 2010, and with the number of countries involvement is 127. Then we have Conference of Parties. Now Conference of Parties, there are many, but right now important ones I have taken. So one is Conference of Parties 24, which was established in the year 2018 with an implementation of Paris Agreement. Okay. Now again Paris Agreement we will be doing in detail. So implementation of Paris Agreement with total number of countries or parties is 197. Then we have Conference of Parties 21, that is which is established in the year 2016. The establishment of national contribution to mitigate climate change. So Conference of Parties 21 was with an intention of what? Establishment of national contribution to mitigate the climate change. Total number of parties involved is 197. Then we have next is Kigali Amendment with established in the year 2016. Now here what is the main intention is what? The main intention of this, okay, is to ensure that the phasing down of HFCs. Now what is this HFCs stands for? That is hydrofluorocarbons. So phasing down, it was the main intention was to phase down the hydrofluorocarbons, which is nothing but a group of industrial chemicals which are primarily used for cooling and refrigeration. So this is phasing down of the focus of Kigali Amendment was phasing down of hydrofluorocarbons, with the number of countries involved in it as a parties 111. Then coming to Minamata Convention. Now also Minamata Convention, you have questions on this, which was established in the year 2013 for protecting the human health and environment from mercury. The level of mercury was increased and has a lot of negative impact. So in order to control that, Minamata Convention was formed. Okay. Now, yes, we have just a second. We have Rotterdam Convention, which was established in the year 1988. which was prior informed consent for hazardous chemicals trade. So basically Rotterdam, it was basically talking about what? It was talking about your, so just a second, yeah, it was talking about the prior consent, it was talking about what? It was talking about the consent for hazardous chemical trade with a number of countries involved as 163. Okay, coming to Conference of Parties, Conference of Parties 25, which was formed in the year 2019 with an implementation of what? With an implementation of Paris Agreement. So basically it was with an implementation of what? It was with an implementation of Paris Agreement. Number of parties here are not clear. That's the reason I have, kept that as blank, which I'll be filling it later. So now remember, I have today given you just an overview. Now see, I'll just tell you like what exactly we are going to do in coming classes. Now like we had done a first convention is Ramsar Convention. So basically when this convention was signed, when this convention, what was the location of the convention, from when it started becoming effective, what is the condition of this convention, total number of signatories, total number of parties, and important features which we'll be doing. So this is not only Ramsar, we are going to do this conventions for each and every important agreement, and then we will be understanding. So if you see, like for example, if I go for an overview, so in your examination, I'm talking about your examination, whether it is Ramsar Convention, whether it is Stockholm Convention, whether it is Flora and Fauna, Biological Diversity, Bonn Convention, Vienna Convention, Montreal or Quito Protocol, from all these you have definite, whether it is Minamata, whether it is Conference of Parties, from everywhere you have questions. The only thing is that first of all you should be very familiar about the number of conventions, the number of protocols, what exactly the focus is, what is the establishment here, what number of parties are involved. So this all is very important for you to remember. That's the reason today I have just focused on your intention for what? Your intention on all these things very well. Individually we will come to this one point very well when we are doing what? When we are doing our lectures in detail based on this conventions and protocols. So I will be taking 2 more sessions, okay, for this, so that it will be easier for you to remember overview also as to remember them in detail also. So we will be doing that in the coming sessions on a daily basis. Now yes, before we go for the end of the class, anyone who is looking for your paper 2, anyone who is looking for paper 2 study material with the help of MCQs or notes, we are having the study material for these following subjects. You can see the subjects are reflected on the screen, that is the notes and the MCQs. You can get in touch with us on these given WhatsApp number. The fees is rupees 1600, but right now we have a 20% off, so the fees is rupees 1280. Okay, so that's all for the day everyone. We will be continuing our next session tomorrow at 10 AM with details of all conventions and protocols. Thank you everyone. Have a good day.